And we are live. Hello, lovely people. Hello, everybody. Hope you're well. Thanks for being here. And as the Hangout suggests, this is all going to be about the free account. So what I would suggest is you take this free account video and use your own sign-up link if you're already in the team, and share it anywhere, anyhow you like. You're free to download the video, upload it again back into your Facebook page or your YouTube channel. You do with this video whatever you want. This is for those hundreds and thousands of people that have interest in the two main aspects that we cover. That's the precious metals and Bitcoin mining. People who have even a remote interest in any of these need to watch what is coming next, because this is a totally free account, and for what it's worth, it's like setting up an email account. You can't really go wrong, and unless you want to turn it into a business, you can remain on the free account. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into the presentation, and towards the end of it, I've got my able colleague Bill Wilmot again. He'll be chatting with you in the chat window, and if you have any questions or anything coming through, we'll tackle them after the presentation. All right, guys, so let's get straight into the presentation. Bear with me. So are you able to see this, Bill?
Yes, Prem, roll there.
Okay, excellent. Excuse me. So getting started, like I said, anybody interested, remotely interested, or remotely connected to the world of precious metals, this is what they need to see. Please take this video and share it with them. They need to see this for sake of information. What I'm sharing tonight, you cannot, in good conscience, deny people the superb advantages we have over significant other companies in the market. And also we're going to cover Bitcoin mining for those who are even remotely interested in cryptocurrency. You want to be watching this video. So simple step really. Ask whoever shares this video, ask them for a link, and when you click the link, it'll look something like this. Yeah, there'll be a little yellow box at the bottom. And it's so simple. It's like opening an email account. You just click that, and the next page tells you, open a free account. If you scroll down, there are affiliate packages available for those who are team builders and business builders. But if you're not interested in any of that, if you just want to protect yourself against the effects of a dying paper-based currency, if you want to protect yourself as an insurance against the weaknesses in the banking industry, if you wanted something that is inheritable, long-lasting, and desirable from every which angle you can look at it, then create a free account, and instead of wasting your money anywhere else, this is the place you want to be accumulating gold and silver. So as the introduction says, you've got gold, silver, and crypto exchange. You can buy Bitcoin mining, which pays you back on a daily basis a passive income based on mining. You get to buy our gold and silver at wholesale price. This is extremely significant. Wholesale price means it's a tiny little sliver above a daily fixed rate, something international banks would be happy to trade with each other. That's roughly the price you're going to achieve with us. This is no discussion. This is not a subject of argument. We have this nailed almost to perfection. And then you've got a premium education program. If you like Bob Proctor, he supports us. If you don't like him, no problem. You probably don't need education in that case anyway. Physical delivery possible to your doorstep, but we also do a Swiss vaulted secure storage. And it's very simple. So when you click that to proceed, it's so easy. Your sponsor ID is given up here on top. You enter your name as it is on any official documentation, such as a driver's license or a passport, a photo ID, because you're going to need that to upload it. Your gender, please. Date of birth, very straightforward. Next part is your address, exactly as your address reflects on your bank statement or credit card statement, whatever you use, so that if you had to prove it, the two addresses should ideally match each other. And do please enter a username. If you have a username, it's not just for login purposes, but that username then goes on to become your referral link if you ever choose to upgrade. So it's good to have a username. I've got a clever friend in the team whose username is signup. So, you know, it would simply say signup.ciscoglobal.com. How clever is that? So he used that, and obviously that's no longer available to you or me. But, you know, it's very easy. Click terms and conditions and proceed. And you're almost ready. The next page will tell you an email has been sent to you. Click that email with password, etc. And you're almost ready. Then you'll be required to sign and upload an agreement and one photo ID, and you are ready. Now, this is what it looks like on the inside. Once you have logged in, you've got various tabs: My Precious Metals, My Education, My Cryptocurrency, My Subscriptions, My Business Center, and a whole lot of other information also. Now let's get straight to the metals. If you click the metals tab, the next page opens up saying My Precious Metals. And here, the three most important to begin with are right here on top. Click this tab and you'll get to see what your precious metal account looks like. Obviously, as a new member, you may not have anything in there yet to begin with. You can manage your gold and silver saver program, which is your monthly saver program. And you can also make individual purchases. Now let's try out the Manage My Saver program. If you click that, excuse me, what you're going to see is two columns, one for gold, one for silver. You can start with just $25 a month. $25 a month is less than $1 a day, and you're getting gold or silver, or you can have both, but then you're going to need $50 a month. Yeah, 25 here and 25 here. You can't split the 25. So 25 minimum for gold, 25 minimum for silver, and any amount above that, no problem. Set it up, put in your card details, select your country, region, city, address, etc., and you're ready. And now you're saving instead of putting money in a bank that is so ungratefully not even paying you $1 in interest on $100 sitting there. That same $100 you could buy precious metal at wholesale prices. It's very important. I keep repeating wholesale prices for a reason, because you will see why. This is why. Excuse me. If you go to the Make Single Purchase tab, you can actually wire transfer in a larger sum for a one-off purchase. If you didn't want monthly 25, but a one-off $200-300 going in and buying in a quick way, just send in your money. You can even use PayPal with us. We've used PayPal for 8 years non-stop, 9 years almost. So because we're a legit company and we're properly structured, they have no problem dealing with us. You can PayPal your money in, you can bank wire your money in, or you can use your credit debit card. But it's critical, guys. This is what it is. The last price as of Friday was $1,227 per ounce. That makes the per gram price 39.449 at the market. This is the spot rate fixed once a day in the morning at the market. You'll be paying 2.97% above this, which I'll show you in a moment. You don't even notice it. It's so tiny. So to make a single purchase, very, very straightforward. Use credit card or bank wire. You can use a gift certificate if you've already funded your account. So let's say you sent in a bank wire and didn't do anything for a week, that bank wire will basically default to your cash in the back office, and that cash you can then create a gift certificate. But guess what? With us, you can actually buy gold and silver using Bitcoin. So you send in Bitcoin, click pay with Bitcoin, and it's that straightforward. Do you know too many other places where you get to buy gold and silver using Bitcoin? There are one or two out there, but nothing that gives you Argo Heraeus quality gold at wholesale prices at the same time. Okay, now here is, excuse me, what really makes us stand apart. At the rate of this particular price here, 12.27, if you had to buy 100 grams of gold, it'll cost you $4,065.7 US. Obviously, for an amount as large as that, you should send in a bank wire, and this is what it says here. For more than $3,000 worth of purchases, do not use credit card, send in a bank wire. Do a bank wire, no problem, and you can buy 4,065. Why am I showing you 100 grams? Well, let's compare it to the competition. Here is JM Bullion, arguably the top 2 wholesale distributor of gold and silver, actually retail distributor, but you can buy large quantities with them as if they were wholesale, right? And these guys, pretty much, them and APMEX, dominate the market in the USA. They didn't have Argo Heraeus. They seem to have run out of Argo Heraeus bars because they are the #1 preferred brand in the whole wide world. The nearest you can come to it is Valcambi Suisse, and there is another one called PAMP, which is products of metal arts or something like that in French. I don't speak French, so I can't pronounce it, but PAMP is also a Swiss company. And together, Valcambi, Argo Heraeus, and PAMP, they are the top 3 manufacturers of gold in the world. All others are literally cheaper. The reason being, none of them command premium prices, okay? But this is the beauty. With us, you get a Swiss certified piece of gold at the same price or even less than all the other cheap ones from all the peripheral countries, right? So let's have a look now. With JM Bullion, you can buy Bitcoin. There it says there's the Bitcoin symbol. Here it says wire check BTC. You can use Bitcoin as well. So for 100 gram bar, you're paying $4,098. With us, it was $4,065. Okay, but with us, it doesn't include the $30 conversion fee. There's a conversion fee to convert your grams into a bar. So obviously add 30. So you're looking at 4,095. Here you're looking at 4,098. Do we compare to the largest gold distributor in North America or not? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Same price. In fact, even cheaper. The beauty is, if you leave it in your storage, you can sell back at 0%. If you have to send it back to JM Bullion, they're going to charge you 10 to 15%, which is a lot of money, you know. 10% on $4,000 is $400. You lose $400 straight away, sending that same bar of gold back to JM Bullion. With us, you don't have to go through that pain. Obviously, a free account, there is a small fee attached to it to sell it back with us as well for the free account, but not for the members. Our members, affiliate members, can sell back at 0%. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you know, you don't really have to argue this. Here's APMEX, same thing. I used Valcambi again because they ran out of Argo Heraeus. They had them, funnily, last week, but this week I checked and they've run out. For bars from 1 to 3, 4,111. We were below 4,100 for the equivalent type of a bar. What kind of bar is it then? What kind of bar is it that we do? Well, here you go. This is the Argo Heraeus 100 gram gold bar, whose estimated market value is $39.44. Here is the $30 conversion fee, which means you keep accumulating. You know, when you put in your $25 or $100 or whatever a month, and you're saving gram after gram after gram, you know, at some point you're going to have enough grams to get a bar like this. Some people argue that you ought to have a lot of smaller bars because they're easier to exchange. Not necessarily true. try selling this back to somebody and you will suffer a bigger loss as well, because the resale value isn't as high. Here it retains its value. So if it's worth 4,000, you buy it and sell it roughly around 4,000. Here, if it is worth 40, when you sell it, you may be able to get 30 something back for any other brand, but for Argo, you will definitely get a premium higher than any other brand name. It is very, very important to bear in mind. Argo Heraeus, you can do your own Googling, your own research on it. This brand is not to be trifled with. They are a referee refiner with the London Bullion Market Association. Argo founded in 1951. So for something as prestigious, this is probably the most prestigious precious metals refiner ever, because they operate at the highest available standards and quality in the world. And you get it with us at wholesale price. No kidding, 100 grams. And when you're spending $4,000, the 30 doesn't really hurt that much, knowing that we are actually a distributor system where you can build a business with us. Yeah, you can go for these bars as well, but they won't give you any multi-tier, multi-level business opportunity attached to it. You just can't. So this is critical, because our products compete with North America's biggest and toughest distributors, and we actually beat them hands down, right? Excuse me. When you upload your agreement and your passport copy, it might take 24 to 48 hours to get your account approved. Only when it's fully approved can you actually access My Crypto. Click on My Crypto tab. If it says your documents are pending, obviously you can't proceed any further. But if you click on My Crypto and it opens up and says change your Bitcoin address, now I've already changed my put in my Bitcoin wallet address, but you can use any of your blockchain, Coinbase, any other company you use as a wallet. Copy paste the whole long link in here, confirm it again in here, just type in these security numbers all over again in here, agree with the terms, and you are now in the My Crypto back office. This can only happen after you have KYC approval. Then in the My Crypto ad, very straightforward. What do you want? You want hash power. You want the power to be able to generate Bitcoin. This is genuine Bitcoin straight from the Bitcoin server farm. This is the Bitcoin according to the globally available independent algorithm calculator. This is not the product of a Ponzi system, and this is not the product of the 90% scams out there. This comes to you straight from Genesis Mining, and you can compare our prices with Genesis Mining. We are a partner with them. We've got no reason to charge any differently if they're offering their services to us at exactly the same cost. So if you look at it here, you'll have this drag bar, pull it along. Let's say you wanted 5 terahash per second of mining power. Its purchase value is $750 according to Genesis, so exactly the same price with us. And the estimated daily payout you will be getting should be 0.00164 Bitcoin per day, because it pays out to you per day, which is why even as a free account holder without being an affiliate, this is a daily income opportunity for you. You make money every single day in Bitcoin using genuine cloud mining from the world's most reputable Bitcoin provider, and that's Genesis Mining of Germany. You can use a gift certificate if you have cash in the back office. If not, send in a bank wire or a credit card, or you can use Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin mining. If you have a Bitcoin account already, use BitPay, and it's very easy to follow the process. Now, this is what happens when you have Bitcoin mining in your back office. Now, this is just a recent 3 weeks of mine, 20 days worth of transaction. I can click on this link and verify my transaction on the blockchain. I can have a look at it. And as you can see, it pays you every single day, January 24, 25, 26, so on and on and on, up to February 12th, which is today that I was preparing this slideshow for. And you can confirm it in your Coinbase or whatever independent third-party wallet you use. Exact same thing, the same transactions are recorded on a daily basis. If you had this app on a mobile phone, your Coinbase on a mobile phone, and you're out there with your friends for a coffee, and you just flash this to them, you don't even have to sell it. They're going to tell you, you make Bitcoin every day without moving a finger. Show me how. Guess what? You now have people that want to sign up. Take them to your sponsor, and they can sign up with your sponsor. If you want to sign them up yourself, well, upgrade to affiliate, and you can use your own link for which you use that unique username in the first place. Excuse me. Now, to upgrade is very, very easy. You want to get paid more? Obviously, if we look at this 5 terahash of mining power worth 750, it's good to have $750 worth of mining power. It'll give you a reasonable return per day. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But surely you would want to have 5, 10, 50, 100, 500 terahash of mining power that pays you multiples of this Bitcoin per day. If you wanted it to pay you multiples of this Bitcoin on a single day, every day, day after day, well, guess what? We have a compensation plan where you can earn terahash mining power as bonus, in addition to cash, which you can either spend on gold and silver, or buy more mining power, or take it out to your account by PayPal or BankWire and spend it on whatever it is you want. I would recommend paying down any borrowing and debt. That's unnecessary borrowing and debt, but that's your choice. Anyway, you go to your back office. If you think, okay, now I'm ready to build a business. I have got 10, 15, 20 days of evidence of actually earning Bitcoin coming into my account. This is incredible. I have never done something before that pays me on a daily basis without the trading risk of profit and loss. Remember, any trading program, whether it is cryptocurrency based, forex based, or binary option based, any trading program has a profit and loss potential on a daily basis. And if you're getting a fixed return from such a program, it is impossible to generate a fixed return. I can guarantee you that I'll put my 15 years of financial services experience on the line to tell you, you cannot guarantee a fixed rate on a daily basis. If a system is paying you that, it's simply taking from somebody else and paying you. Okay, so it's taking from Peter to pay Paul, simply because there are pension funds in the world, there are mutual funds, there are university endowments, and there are charity accounts with billions of dollars worth of exposure to the stock market. And if they could just find something to pay them 0.5% a day, they would all go flooding into these programs. Why don't they? Why do they not? Because these are all unregulated, very dodgy, and you can make some money over a period of time, and you can compound it, and you can make some nice returns over 2 to 3 months. But there's nowhere on earth a pension fund or a charity portfolio would put their money into that, because when it goes under, thousands of people lose their money. It's important for you to know that. So here you get paid on a daily basis, and if you think you're ready to invite somebody else, just click on upgrade my package under my subscriptions. So my subscription tag, upgrade my package, and boom, this is the biggest package we've got. Costs $5,000. Again, you can get to choose excuse me, you get $1,200 worth of wholesale priced, the price I just demonstrated to you, that price. At that price, you get gold or silver, and you just use the sliding scale to go left or right and choose your percentage. I've chosen 30 silver, 70 gold just as a demo. You can choose to pay by BankWire, credit card, gift certificate, or BitPay. You do not need, not everybody has the cash available to go for the $5,000 package. But there's a reason I'm showing you this, and I'll come to that in a moment. This is $5,000 of the vast majority of people around you in the neighborhood that have money sitting in the bank earning 0% interest or close to 0% interest, right? If we can show them just 10, 15, maybe 20, maybe 25, maybe 30% returns, just a little bit, oh well, 20 times more than the bank is paying, then their money ought to really be here, shouldn't it? In exchange for a little bit of risk, which is linked to Bitcoin mining. And the risk they take is linked to Bitcoin mining. We're not asking somebody to put their life savings into it, but $5,000 is something that many people can afford. And the reason I'm showing you this example comes up next. We looked at the example where the hash rate was 5 terahash. We spent $750 buying the 5 terahash. Now, this is a calculation from an independent third-party Bitcoin result calculator, Bitcoin calculator. If I took a flat rate of Bitcoin at 1,000 and a hash rate of 5 terahash, on a daily basis, you'd be expecting a gross of $2.98. After expenses, you probably get $1.50 more like. So $1.50 is what you should be expecting every single day if you had 5 terahash of mining and if Bitcoin was at 1,000, according to today's workout, 12th of February 2016. Now, there are a lot of variables there. Anything can change and everything can change. But this is just an example. So gross per month, you're earning about $90.65 as shown here. Net per month, about $45, right? If you're earning $45 a month over 12 months, that's $540. That's a 72% return without lifting a finger. You could set this thing up, switch off your account, go to sleep for a whole year, and wake up and see something returned, but not 72%, because what this is not taking into account is the difficulty will keep increasing. Yeah. But again, even though the difficulty keeps increasing, we expect the Bitcoin value also to keep increasing. And this is very, very critical. I'll show you in just a moment. But even just proposing, don't mention 72% to somebody, they'll be like scratching their head. How's that even possible? Well, it isn't really possible because the difficulty and the Bitcoin price is simply not known. I don't know where it is going to be tomorrow, let alone 12 months from now. So how could I predict that, right? This is just a guideline number. However, it is a guideline number without the effect of compounding. And if you know anything about the miracle called compounding, you will understand that you should really be able to produce even 100% return according to these static figures. These are static figures. They're subject to change, but you get the drift. Now, if you can make even half of that money back, you might think, well, that's not very good. I'm only making half back in a year. It'll take me 2 years to recover my cost, right? What other business do you know where you don't even twiddle thumbs and get half your money back in a year? I don't know. So this is what you do if you wanted more hash power. It's very, very straightforward. We have a platinum package that pays you 3 terahash worth $450 as a bonus. It'll give you 500 cash as well on top to spend anyhow you like. And you could take the 500 and buy 3 more terahash if you wanted. We've got the ambassador and executive that pay roughly similar, 300 cash, 1 terahash for the ambassador, and the executive is 1.5 terahash for the executive package. This is only available in a few countries. But this is only possible if you yourself have obviously upgraded from a free account. But don't worry about upgrading just yet. First of all, what you'd really want to do is get your income going. Why? Because every little fraction that you earn is worth something. Let me actually go back to the fraction, right? 5 terahash, let's go here. We had a look at the terahash we purchased. Let's go here. Let's say you went into my crypto, you used the sliding scale, you set it at 5, which is worth 750. You used, well, not used it, let's say you used credit card to pay for it. There might be some credit card charges attached to it anyway. Your card might charge you something for an international transaction. Here in the back office, there is a small fee as well. But ballpark, 750 is what 5 terahash should cost you according to Genesis rates. Click purchase, and you have now got 5 terahash. That 5 terahash at today's levels should return you about $45 a month. But this $45, remember, is best expressed in this fraction of a Bitcoin. 0.090 is the gross, so therefore 0.045 would be the net. Now you're expecting 0.045 Bitcoin a month in your back office. What happens if that same Bitcoin was worth $2,000? If it was, you'd be looking, instead of 90 gross, you're looking at 181 gross. And guess what? If that same Bitcoin a year down the line was actually worth $10,000, and many people are predicting it. I'm not. I don't know where it's going, but and I don't want to, put some figures in your head for sake of argument. But there are genuine Bitcoin enthusiasts out there predicting this to be a function of demand, supply, and acceptance by the rest of the world. Excuse me. So if it ever touches $10,000, that exact same 5 terahash worth of mining power, the fraction it generates is 0.09 gross. This hasn't changed, remember. This 0.09 is still 0.09. Nothing changed there. But it's suddenly worth $906 gross, which is roughly $450 net. And that's what you should be getting back a month. From starting out with $750 worth of mining power, to get back $450 a month is not bad, is it? That's exactly why the sooner you get the more hash power as possible, the better it is to position yourself into the future growth of Bitcoin. Why? Because according to the World Economic Forum, in the year 2030, these are the 20 top economies according to them. Now, how they predict all this, I have no idea. And why they predict it, I really don't know. But what they like to do is they like to predict. So they reckon China will be about $38 trillion worth of net economy. The US, 23 trillion. This doesn't take into account that by then, obviously, the US will have about 8 times as much in debt. So let's just ignore this for the time being. But you see, what's going on here is the world's largest population, the world's second largest population, the world's third largest, Indonesia. And then obviously you've got Japan and Russia as well. Don't forget the Germans, yeah, and Brazil. These are all major economies that are opening up to e-commerce over and above the traditional retail model. Now, I feel sorry for people that work in a retail environment, but their jobs are as it is at risk. The same way Uber taxis became a risk to a licensed taxi driver who spent months studying the routes, suddenly came sat-navs and anybody can drive a Uber cab. Yeah, these are just changes that we are going to have to live with. And the Bitcoin acceptance is not going down, it's only going up, because it has now become a legal currency in Japan already, or at least they've put the proposal together, and as of March 1st or something, or somewhere thereabouts, it's going to be, excuse me, a legal currency, legally accepted and tolerated as a currency at par with the British pound. Can you imagine that? That's what the Japanese think of Bitcoin. Do you? If you don't, this is a good chance to get on the act of Bitcoin mining. And there are huge populations here. All of them absolutely love Bitcoin. I mean, Pakistan is predicted to be the 20th largest economy in 2030. And as far as Pakistan is concerned, from a purely local domestic economic point of view, a lot of Pakistan's net revenue actually comes from expats, from people of Pakistani origin working in the Middle East and in Western countries. Excuse me. Pakistan does actually produce a lot of qualified white and blue-collar workers, and they work in other countries and send money back home. And each time they send money back home, they're spending 20, 30 bucks on a single wire transfer, and they're absolutely fuming and fed up. And they absolutely love Bitcoin. And the same applies to a lot of these others. The acceptance of Bitcoin is not even a discussion. But as the mainstream masses begin to accept it, you're looking, this 10,000 looks quite easily possible. Why? Because the fractions are the same, but the value of each of these teeny weeny little digits here at the back is suddenly much higher than before. And therefore, now is the time to prepare yourself to start earning as many terahash as possible by referring people. If you're not good at recruiting, doesn't matter, just go for the free members. Yeah. If you're an upgraded affiliate, go for hundreds upon hundreds of free members. You won't break the bank with 1% on all metal purchases. It is not going to make a life-changing difference to you straight away. No, it isn't. But the more free members you have, the 5% on all Bitcoin mining contracts will soon add up. And each person buying, let's say, the 5 terahash, as I mentioned before, yeah? If you had 5% of that 5 terahash, now you've got 250 gigahash in your back office. 250 gigahash from just one person. Just keep adding that up with hundreds and hundreds of free accounts. And this is exactly why this video should be shared with people who want to at least come in completely as a free account holder and access Bitcoin mining in the back office, but also if you wanted to, in good conscience, boldly, happily tell people, here, look, we are able to compare to even AppMex and JM Bullion, and our product quality is such that we have a supply of it, but even these large retailers can run out of supply of this highly prestigious brand name, which is very, very important. Because, you know, if you have some cheap branded gold from some obscure little company somewhere, you will know its true worth. You will know that in the beginning it was worth getting a good brand, because when you come to resell it, you are going to struggle. And that's a no-brainer. I mean, excuse me, all of these companies actually tell you that. If I may now quickly just go into, let's say, JM Bullion. I'm just showing you, go to gold, let's say, and gold bars. So this is, these are some, Perth Mint is good. Valcambi is here. Let's just go for a 1 ounce Valcambi bar. There you go. 1 ounce Valcambi bar. And so here you've got the prices, Bitcoin, etc., in stock. Very well done. And what do you see here? Usually in this product detail, they usually have a little comment. I'm just trying to find it if it's available here or not. I'm just doing this on the fly, but how it is shipped, brand new condition. Yeah, everything is brand new when it comes straight from the refinery. Assayer's mark, yes, that goes for everybody. And normally, actually, perhaps it was AppMex. Allow me, AppMex. If I just go into gold again, and here I want to go into gold bars, and in the gold bars, gold by brand. Let's go gold by brand. And here you see, you know, they've actually run out of. They've only got 4 products listed for Argo Heraeus. They've run out of Argo Heraeus bars. So they've got 1 ounce. Here's the 1 ounce Kinebar. You can get a Kinebar with us without paying a premium, by the way. You just have to request it in the back office and they'll arrange it for you. 1 ounce Heraeus, but this is embossed with the Republic National Bank of New York, and the 1 kilo bar. But let's see this one here. Normally what they have is something written here. Recommended supplies. There you go. It's a keeper. Attractive design, easy to sell. What does that mean, easy to sell? You can literally go into eBay and check when these brand names, well-known brand names, are available for sale, and if the price makes sense, and if the seller has a good rating, you can buy them on eBay. Yeah, because you are able to sell them on eBay in the first place. There are many companies out there. You're going to struggle to sell their gold even on eBay. What's the point if you can't raise money in an emergency if you needed it, in case you needed it, right? So this is, just a generic example of why we have, such awesome benefits in the system. And upgrading is as easy as I showed you. You don't have to upgrade until you've built up an interest amongst your marketing group. This may not be the best opportunity in terms of becoming a millionaire by next Thursday. It requires time, effort to build the business properly, because people don't fully understand yet why gold. Bitcoin, yes, but it's so much more tempting to go for one of those, oh, can I not just put in a tiny bit of Bitcoin and make 20 Bitcoin a few months down the line? When those programs vanish, even a tiny bit of Bitcoin you put in goes with them. Yeah. Here, the risk is not trading related. Your risk is literally Bitcoin mining. The whole industry risk is concentrated in Bitcoin mining. And that's the only risk you've really got. The other risk is obviously the lifetime mining contract, which I believe the wording is going to be changed sometime soon. So I'm going to stop there and have a drink of water. And if I can ask Bill, do we have any questions? Anything I can answer maybe? Hello? Yeah. Your microphone, Bill. I didn't hear anything.
So I thought it was on. Yeah, we have a question from Ravi. He's asking if we can use PayPal to pay for a hash power for mining.
Hi, Ravi. Yes, you can. First, get your KYC cleared. Part of the KYC clearance process is updating your PayPal. Once you've got your PayPal, send money in, and yes, you can. When you send money in via PayPal, you need to notify support by email, and your amount will be visible in the back office in your wallet, and that is the amount with which you then create a gift certificate to buy mining power as well as metal. Okay.
Cool. Thanks very much. Well, this question might have been answered already. Again from Ravi. Can Prem take a minute to explain why we should be saving in gold and silver?
Sure. So it's very simple. Actually, there are many reasons why you should be saving in gold and silver. But when a central bank like China does it, you have to ask yourself, if they're doing it, why am I not doing it? Right now, let's say you're living in Canada. Your entire financial world is linked to the fortune of the Canadian dollar going up or down. That is by default very closely linked to the US dollar. Let's say you were in Zimbabwe and your entire net worth was linked to Zimbabwe dollars. When inflation became runaway inflation, and within a fortnight, that runaway inflation actually became hyperinflation. It happened so quickly in Zimbabwe. That hyperinflation meant that money had to be printed to pay 900 to 1,000% pay rise to the soldiers of the Zimbabwe establishment. What effect did that have on the rest of the people? To keep the government officers in place, to increase their salaries, paper money had to be printed. The effect it had, devastating effect it had on everybody else, is their salaries didn't keep up. So why did it happen like that in Zimbabwe? Because money had to be printed. And the same thing has already happened in North America and Europe. Money had to be printed to bail out the automotive industry, which was one of the last ones to be bailed out, but before that, the banks and the bank-related organizations that needed a bailout. We've heard this over and over again. It's something, it looks like, the can just keeps getting kicked further down the street. But so much money is being printed, especially US dollars, that at some point, the United States is going to have to face a very serious case of inflation or hyperinflation. If it doesn't, that would be a huge miracle on its own. So how do you protect yourself against the effects of inflation? In Zimbabwe, to buy 3 eggs, you needed about 1 trillion Zimbabwe dollars at one point. Trillion with a T. Those currency notes were being, were being printed as $100 billion Zimbabwe dollar notes, 100 billion per note. You'd need 10 of those to buy a handful of eggs. But the people of Zimbabwe had a resource available. They could go out in the field and simply pan for gold, find tiny little granules, and one little granule of very crude rough gold found in the soil of Zimbabwe, because I guess they're just blessed with gold in the backyard, but it still takes tons of shifting of earth to find a tiny little granule. And when they found that granule, excuse me, the naturally occurring gold nugget that could sustain them for about a week. So why is gold necessary for us? Well, it's a hugely overlooked asset. It's a hugely manipulated asset, because if the rest of the world woke up and realized what gold is and why they ought to have gold rather than cash dollars sitting in a bank doing absolutely nothing, at that point, gold will become impossibly expensive to purchase. So now is a good time to start accumulating it anyway. It is scarce. It is one of the scarcest things in the world. There are different estimates as to how much has ever been mined. Some people say no more than an Olympic swimming pool size of a cube is the maximum gold available, but that would be a very, very heavy piece of gold. There are many different people saying different things about it, but the reality with gold is simply this: nothing retains or preserves value like gold does. That is not the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not a store of value by any means. Bitcoin is a premium of utility, which is why people want Bitcoin. So people are willing to pay more for the scarcity of Bitcoin because it has an unlimited potential of going up, but you can use it today. You can circumvent the traditional banking system, you can bypass the banking control, and its decentralized nature means I can pay you, Ravi, directly using Bitcoin. Nobody else needs to know. The blockchain will record the transaction if anybody ever wanted to check. But the thing is, I can simply transfer in nanoseconds from me to you, and that's why Bitcoin is valuable. And there are examples available of people literally, our CEO, Bill Rowell, just got back from Vietnam. They seem to only go to restaurants that are willing to accept Bitcoin. To be honest with you, if I was in the profession of being a hairdresser, I would offer the ability for my customers to pay Bitcoin here in England. It's just that not enough hairdressers are probably clued up to the idea. It doesn't take much. You just download an app on your phone with the QR code. You agree the price with your customer. The two just boop each other, and that's it with the QR code. You've been paid for your services of hair cutting or washing your neighbor's dog or walking your dog or anything you want. You can do any of these things, any service you perform. You could get paid on Bitcoin in a matter of just flashing a QR code with somebody else's mobile device, and everybody has a mobile device these days. If it's that convenient to get paid, now tell me, why would you get paid in Canadian dollars if you could get paid in Bitcoin, whose potential is 10,000 per Bitcoin going forward? Canadian dollar isn't going anywhere because it's nicely tied up to the US dollar. The same logic, the same scarcity value applies to gold also, but gold is not so easy to transfer between you and me. And that's one of the main reasons why people don't rush into gold, why you don't see the price of gold spiking as much as it does with Bitcoin. So the storage of long-term value as a piece of property, as something you can sell, instead of selling brick by brick a whole building, you can't sell a building brick by brick. If you had property, you can't sell it brick by brick. But if you had gold, you can sell it gram by gram. So it is physical property that you own. The title belongs to you. You're the actual proprietor and owner of a financial asset, as well as a store of value, as well as the most ancient form of money there is, on the one hand. On the other hand, you have the ability with us to flip that into Bitcoin and transfer it across the world in nanoseconds. So the reason you want gold is a store of long-term value, maybe as inheritance planning. If you have children, grandchildren, and you want to make sure that you pass over to them something of real lasting value, rather than just a few digits on a paper or in a bank statement, like your pensions, for example. Stock market linked. Market goes down, your pensions are gone. Gold is gold. No matter which president takes over from the current one and the following one and the following one, doesn't really matter. Your future generation will thank you that you had the wisdom of having gold. I ask you, you ask me why gold? I'll ask you this. Where is your ancestral gold? Should you be having 5, 10, 20 kilos of gold somewhere stashed away? Probably. I don't, because my grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents didn't think of being gold savers in such an aggressive sense. And if they had, maybe they lost it somewhere down the line. I don't know. But if you were today consciously thinking that I wish I had inherited a massive, nice, juicy 1 kilo bar of gold, then maybe you should be the one preparing to have some in order to hand it over to the next generation, because they will thank you. It is something that is, because of its scarcity, will be worth more than the dollars you spend for it today. The dollars you're spending on it today are a dying currency. Even next year, they're going to be worth less already, knowing, guaranteed that they're going to be worth less next year. You know that what you're swapping them into is away from paper into metal, into something that holds its value. Keep gold as a real long-term play, but at the same time, then you get to speculate with Bitcoin as well, because both of them perform a function. They are an escape to the inescapable reality of the financial trouble that all of us are facing. And I say this with a smile on my face, because we've actually got two of the most beautiful alternatives on the planet, and it's a solution without having to sell potions and lotions. We are distributors of some very, very prestigious companies. And yeah, the more gold you have, that's why I think you should have gold, so that you have real assets. Any other question, Bill?
You've got a little bit of chatter going on, actually. Let's try and catch where I got to. Yes, from Judy Tucker. So it looks like not only competitive pricing for Swiss gold on the gold and silver, but also we have the Bitcoin mining that they don't have. So what I think she's trying to say there, you might have a gold supplier, yeah, but they wouldn't necessarily offer the Bitcoin mining or Bitcoin itself on the same platform. So we have a distinct advantage there, don't we? Also, also the attraction of the affiliate program as well.
Yes, so I don't want to say too much right now, but I'm aware of some very, very good, very healthy changes coming. There are other things that can be mined, not just Bitcoin. And we might have access to those in due course also, at the same rates, at the same conditions, for the same reasons, with the same affiliate plan. So, I look forward to being able to offer a wide range of mining, cryptocurrency mining alternatives, whatever is valid and going on out there in the market and people actually accept it, we will be in the forefront. I'm also, I've only heard a hint, so I don't know, and I don't want to put my name to it just yet, but there may be a way to earn bonuses even for the free accounts without upgrading. Yeah, it won't be huge. It can't be, obviously. We can't undermine the upgraded packages. They stay, they rule. If you grow this business, especially if you're growing it offline, we have a wonderful lady in the team. She's well into her old age. And I'm thinking, she's so enthusiastic about participating and doing more with us. I just want to develop on a plan with her. And just imagine a local newspaper printing an article saying, this is Bitcoin nanny, the grand with Bitcoins, or something similar, I think it would be very catchy, because I think it's very encouraging when a senior person agrees to be at such a cutting edge of technology with the best companies, and we've got the absolute best. It's just a matter of getting yourself known, letting your voice be heard. Now, a lot of people are in the market space, and there's a lot of noise with a lot of different things. A lot of people showing back office earnings. Look how much I made. By the time the program collapses, they've already moved on to 5 or 6. And usually multiple streams of income is the normal mantra to say, I'm spreading my risk. But they're also referring people into all of them. And those people's risk may not be spread properly. So, you're spreading your risk in case one goes under, I have the others. Oh yeah, you're making commissions on all of them. And the whole point is making commissions rather than earning passively. So Bitcoin mining offers genuine passive income. And this is why, we are in a good place. And there's some very exciting news coming. I'm just waiting to hear exactly when and how it actually unfolds. But I understand that our boss, Bill Raul, is hard at work. We're opening our first branch office in Nigeria. That's how seriously his heart is for the people of Nigeria who are absolutely going crazy over Bitcoin. Bitcoin is taking off in such a big way that the people are forming organizations to deal with the local regulator to tell them, you cannot stop this. You cannot interfere with this. This is going big. And, authorities have concerns because there's a lot of Ponzi coins out there. A lot of them are fake, MLM-driven, commission junkie kind of things. They're not genuine. No matter how much noise they make, there is no logic. And when commission is the only motive, people get blinded, basically. They don't look at the common sense behind it, I mean, think about it. I could easily have joined one or the other Ponzi coin and built a team around that and distracted away from the mission that is Swissquote Global, and made a lot more money, made maybe 5 times more money doing other things that are Ponzi systems. But the point isn't that. The point is I want something long-term, stable, where I can honorably, respectfully refer people into something where in good conscience the products and services are superb. And this is still a ground floor opportunity because on the internet we're not that famous yet. we don't have too many people making too much noise yet. So it is still early days, and it's very, very exciting. We are in such an amazing space, and there are overpriced, unfair business models out there whose members would benefit knowing that we even exist. But the question is, are you bringing it to their attention, to your own benefit? So it's looking very, very interesting indeed. I can't say too much just yet because I don't really have the full information, but when I do, on another hangout soon, we'll be sharing that information.
Sure, thanks, Prem. We've got another question. I've just lost it, but it was about PayPal, about using PayPal and how that's ties into KYC. So you can confirm if I'm wrong or right here, but as I understand, when we do the KYC at the front end, once we've gone through that process, been fully approved, we can actually add PayPal into our back office using the email we're registered with PayPal, and that would allow us to withdraw back to PayPal, correct?
Yes. So before I answer that, actually, it's useful to know how the KYC process works at the bank end of it. The bank is interested in knowing that the money that has come into an account with them really belongs to you. Because what if you are held at gunpoint and a drug dealer was to push, some big drug lord was to push a lot of money in your name into the banking system? Because that's the point that is the greatest risk. Once it's in the banking system, you can take the money out and do with it whatever you want. You can say, oh, it's come from a normal official bank. You can say it's clean money. So the act of money laundering is the greatest risk is when money enters a system. This is why before you can buy cryptocurrency mining packages, KYC needs to be approved. You can spend on your packages before you do the KYC as an upgraded affiliate, but you can't set up your ongoing purchases unless your KYC is approved. Because what if, now the same applies to PayPal, what if the PayPal address you used isn't yours? How would anybody know? It's an email address after all, and it doesn't necessarily show name at the other end. So to protect itself, the company requires that you have your KYC done, because then even if you use the wrong email address to send money in, you have given your documentation and you become responsible for whose money enters the system. This is to maintain the cleanliness, or at least an attempt to maintain the anti-money laundering effort of an average banking system. So get your KYC cleared, and your PayPal can be approved very quickly. And when you send money using PayPal, you're sending it to a specific address, and that address will be given to you by support. Just send an email to support and tell them, hey, I want to, I'd like to do this and this. Can you show me the process? I want to fund my account using PayPal. And at some point you want to withdraw money by PayPal, no problem. I withdraw my monthly earnings by PayPal. I find it more convenient, It's not the best FX rate when I convert it from dollars to British pound, but I have to live with that. I could mince around and do something to save a few dollars, but I think PayPal is convenient to me, and I do it roughly around the same date every month, like clockwork. So it looks like it's a legit payment. Unlike a rev share, there's no money going in and out every 2 minutes. So I have no concerns with that. And I've been able to do that only when I actually got my KYC cleared. And by the way, my KYC wasn't cleared for a whole month. I was building the team and accumulating credits in the back office, unable to draw down, because my concern was not drawing any money down. My concern was get this thing going, because this is so amazing as a business model. It has to be acknowledged that we are probably the best in the world. Not the highest paying, because it requires effort and hard work. You can't just throw some money into the system and expect massive returns. That only happens with a multi-level recruitment-based thing where you have binary matching bonuses type things going on. For a uni-level plan, this is one of the best compensation plans I have ever come across, where the product and service are not compromised in quality or in price or in reputation. None of that is compromised, and yet you have the ability to earn high ticket income as well as long-term residual. All you have to do is start building an organization as a distributor, not as an MLM person. Just think of yourself as a distributor of genuine goods and services. If you have 1,000 clients, free clients, those are 1,000 people that are going to help build up your revenues. Okay.
Yeah, it's worth remembering actually, because looking at the comp plan we've looked at, that the potential from the residual recurring income is $195,000 US. So there's huge potential there, and we know where every single cent comes from. It comes from the products, etc. So we know we can, with confidence, sit here and say we know where the money comes from, whereas that can't be always said of other opportunities. I just want to touch on one thing because I think we're probably coming to the end. You mentioned obviously the gold and silver, and I just put a little post up today in my timeline about a sinking ship and a lifeboat. And I suppose my analogy is the sinking ship, as I see it, is the fiat system we have. So that includes all the countries that use a westernized monetary system, and that includes the UK, who are approaching 1.7 trillion as I speak, I believe. And the lifeboats are gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and any other ideas we might bring to the table. Yeah. And the more lifeboats we have, the more choices we have, and that helps spread the risk. That's the way I look at it. So when the systems do start to collapse, and we hope we've got 10, 20 years before that happens, so we can build our businesses, then we have our plan B. And I like your point you made about passing on the gold, because I was actually watching, is it Patrick Partick? Yeah, the watchmaker. He's one of our customers in terms of the gold. We supply the gold through Aga Jerez to luxury watchmakers like Patrick Partick, and they've got a mission statement, which is that they don't own the watches; they're merely looking after them for the next generation. And I think that's the way the gold works. You know, yes, it's obviously a commodity; we can sell it, and that's a consideration. But really, if we can hold on to it and just pass it on to the next generation and help educate them and how to build and hold true wealth, then we've obviously passed on a great deal of knowledge that allows that to be passed on in future generations. So it's very much an educational experience for me, but I'm enjoying the ride. Anyway, that's me just summing up where I am really. So I don't know if you want to add anything before we leave.
No, thank you everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Now, feel free to share this video. I will not be adding my link for a few days, for at least another week. So go ahead, share your video and tell people on your timelines, on your in your group shares, here is my link, set up a free account, follow instructions in the video. It's very straightforward how you can start building genuine daily income using Bitcoin mining. If the video was useful, I hope you'll be able to share it as much as you like. My link will be added much later. I'll do it probably in a month's time or so now. So go ahead and share. If you feel like it, you can download the video and re-upload it to any of your media anyway. But thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. Hope you liked it. And we'll see you again on Wednesday for the next Hangout. Take care. Bye-bye.